Hi there, I'm Lindsay Guidi from Home Cook School, and today I'm going to be preparing a smoked haddock risotto with poached egg. So we've got some Carnaroli rice. The other option, if you can't get the Carnaroli, is Arborio rice. We've got smoked haddock, so we're going for a bit of a Scottish-Italian fusion. We're going to use a leek. We've got a lemon, some parmesan, or the other option that you could use is a mature hard Scottish cheddar such as Barways. We're going to use a combination of butter and also olive oil. You have the option to poach an egg and put that on the top, which is really lovely with your smoked haddock risotto. The garlic is not actually for the risotto, that is for, we're going to make some nice garlic bread. Some flat leaf parsley, which we're going to use to garnish the risotto. So the first thing to do is to prepare a vegetable stock. You're looking to prepare around 2 pints of vegetable stock. So for that I use around 3 stock cubes. The next step is to sauté our leek. Use a good splash of olive oil and probably around 50 grams of butter. So the next step is to finally slice up our leeks. And the thing with leeks is that you should cook them really nice and slowly for a long time. Whilst our leek is caramelising, we will do some of the prep for later on. So we're going to use the zest of a lemon and probably the juice of around half. And the other thing that I'll do is prep my cheese. We'll take some of our parsley, about a handful of leaves. So I'm going to take the stalks off and we're just going to roughly chop the leaves, and that's just going to give us a little bit more colour. So my leeks are softening up nicely, so I'm going to add in the Carnaroli risotto rice. So this is about 300 grams of rice, and that will feed about 4 people. And you want to saute the rice for just a few minutes, and you'll see that it starts to go opaque around the edges. So you'll see the rice is starting to become a little bit clear around the edges, and that's how you know it's time to start putting your liquid in. So the first liquid that you put in is your large glass of white wine, and you'll notice that it is absorbed really quickly. Now I'm just going to add the stock in. I'll put a couple of ladles in to start with. Whilst we're waiting for our liquid to be absorbed into our risotto, it's a good time to poach our eggs. Add a little bit of vinegar to your water. It'll help to keep the white of the eggs intact, and also to create a sort of whirlpool effect, and that'll help to contain the egg in the middle. It will just take a minute or so for each one to cook, and we'll just do them individually. So I'm just checking the risotto. It's more or less there. It's just a few minutes away from being ready. So it's a good time now to add in a bit more stock, and whilst I'm doing that, I'll put my haddock in as well, and that extra stock will help to poach the haddock. Add a little bit of stock on the top of it. You can see your fish will start to change colour quickly, and once it starts to flake apart, then you know your fish is cooked. So I'm going to add the lemon zest into the risotto and squeeze in the juice. It's a good time just to adjust the seasoning. The smoked haddock is quite salty, so you don't need a huge amount of salt, and some freshly ground black pepper. That's a really nice consistency now. You can see the fish is breaking up. So I'm going to take it off the heat and add in my cheese and a good handful of fresh parsley, and we'll just toast our bread and serve it up. So into the pan, I've just added around 50 grams of butter, 2 cloves of crushed garlic, and a small handful of finely chopped parsley, some salt and pepper. And I'm just going to chop up some bread. A nice slice each is absolutely fine. And once you've charred your bread, just get some of that nice garlic butter and brush it onto your bread. So that's our risotto all ready, and I'm just ready to plate up. And voila, you're ready to eat.